Yeah, it's been real hit or miss this year with all the rain.
Yeah.
You have smallmouth?
Yeah, smallmouth. 4 biggest fish.
There we go.
4 biggest fish.
I like 14 or 15. Nah, not that big. I've seen smallies spawning in creeks. Nothing on the main river. I know some people are bet. A few smallmouth so far.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It's kind of hit or miss with all the rain this spring.
Yeah, it's hard, man.
Yeah.
This place is constantly seems like it's flooded out.
It's around 3,000 CFS right now. That's right about where I like to start fishing it. 2,500 to 3,000.
Yeah.
The water is above 60 degrees, so the smallmouth will be up in here, but they're kind of few and far between right now.
How big were they?
The biggest was 17 inches, so
that bad.
like 2.5 pounds.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've caught the biggest fish I typically catch up here are hybrid striped bass. They come up from the Ohio.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a good spot on mornings like this. I won't come down here when there's when I see more than 3 or 4 people. But should be biting a little bit better. We'll see. I've caught a few on lures.
Yeah.
Smallie fishing. I think it was 22 pounds. Was the biggest one I hooked down here.
That was dude on a 54 right 3 years ago.
Yeah, a lot of bait gets pushed up in here, and you'll have like big drum coming up from the Ohio and stuff like that.
You guys ever go fish after those riffles right there, like beyond it? Yeah, this is like a big bowl. Yeah, this one comes up right there. That's a good place to saw guy. Yeah. Come in there and feed. Shower, puts all the bait up in there. Yeah, I usually catch saw guy every day. We still average around 8 feet-ish. I had my kayak out there with my depth finder. Right in here it was like 12. There's a hole over there, 17. Oh, wow. And in the middle it's about 8.
Yeah, I don't fish that section. If that parking lot down there, there's some structure before that drain that comes out.
Yeah.
I found some good smallmouth sitting down there. That drain in the winter, you can catch a few fish off of it. They'll sit in that warm water coming out.
I usually fish up with Trenton and Middletown area.
I'm from Middletown, so
Yeah.
I usually hammer that.
I'd love to take a kayak, put down here, and just float as far as I can. Just see what's down that way. I've really never explored that water down there.
What road is it? Is it 28?
One hole down in Ross.
Is that the one you see from
the one they call it
the bridge?
The 128 falls, or 27 falls. It's right underneath that bridge right there. Hamilton Avenue.
I've always looked at that as I drive by and thought that'd be a good spot.
It drops like 3 times. But it's a little bit of a walk, man. I ain't gonna lie.
There's a good spot where it's at Indian Creek. I parked at the soccer field there and walked all the way down to the river. It was a long walk, but there was a good little spot there. I caught a bunch of white bass.
A really good spot is Moraine. You ever fish over in Moraine?
Nah.
On the other side of West Carrollton?
Thank you. Lost one. I have an appointment coming up and I need to get lunch, so I'm gonna make 5 more casts. 1, maybe I'm not gonna make 5 casts. Oh! I got my other lure back. counts for something. I don't know what. All right, number 2. Number 3. Number 4. And snag again. Let's see if I get a lure back this time. One of the tricks I typically use is I pull the line tight against the snag like this, and I pull the tension just to shoot it out of the snag, but did not work that time. I think my leader broke off. Now the leader's still there, but I'm gonna go ahead and not retie. I did say 5 casts. Number 5. There we go. I got something. Alright. Smallmouth to end the morning. This line through usually doesn't do good in a snaggy place like this, but it did what it was supposed to. Smallmouth gets the lure and the bait slides up the line so he doesn't tear it up. It really extends the life of some of these softer swim baits that fall apart easily. You end up catching quite a few more fish with it.